What's up? Cody here with another episode of Everybody's Top 3. I am here with my co-host Kristen.
What's up?
Today we are going to do top 3 dream jobs. Want to start off, Kristen, with your number 3?
Yeah, dude. All right, so I literally just came to the conclusion that all 3 of mine I do for free already. So I'm kind of upset. Anyway, so number 3 is a game tester. Like that would be so awesome.
A video game tester?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
I already played.
Does that exist anymore?
Yeah, like Rockstar just put out asking for like Cyberpunk. Like they like have specific like good gamers that like test out video games early.
Yeah, but do they get paid for it? Because
Yeah.
it seems like they do the beta stuff now.
No, I think they get paid for it by like talking about it on like YouTube and stuff is how they make their money. Because for Cyberpunk, those people like there was like this whole scandal thing where they made specific 4 hours. All these game testers played 4 hours of Cyberpunk. I watched a thing on it. And then
So they barely got through the prologue.
right, but so Cyberpunk, they were all PC players. Cyberpunk made a good 4 hour version of the game, even though it's actually shitty for everything else, for them to play. So they would say nice things about it, like, but it really sucked. So like they spent a lot of time for this 4 hours for them to play it and talk good about it. So everyone was being really mean to these game testers, like you lied. And then it came out like, no, they made the 4 hours.
They gave us a great game.
Yeah, it really was good. We're not lying. So yeah, that's how like some like things do that.
What is that snapping noise?
It's the arm of
Okay.
the yeah.
That's like the third time I've heard it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's the arm of the chair. But so yeah, I want to be a game tester because that would be cool as fuck to be like the first to play a game. Like I mean, clans like FaZe, they will give those gamers like early access and shit to test it.
Even fuck, what was I gonna say? Even being like a reviewer, if you get really popular as a video game reviewer, they'll give you early copies of the game. And
Yeah,
shit.
that's kind of like FaZe. I guess they play games and then they talk shit or good.
Or like what culture does it? Because the fucking companies, the video game developers want the reviews to be up the day that the fucking games come out.
Mm-hmm.
So they give the fucking people, the popular people who are the popular video game reviewers earlier copies of the game so they can have their fucking review ready the day that it comes out.
Yeah, and that's I should stream, huh? Like like I really should because that's how you get there. That's how you get like it's a possible like job actually. All these things I have are kind of possible for me. But I think because I already play video games every day just about. So like yeah, I want to do that and get paid to do it. So that'd be really dope. And just review, be like, yeah, it's a good game. But also it'd suck though, I think, because if it sucks, then you just like spend all this time and then you have to kind of, because a lot of times they won't pay you if you talk shit. Like it's mainly just so you talk good about their game if they have you test it.
Yeah, that's kind of, that's what they do with the reviewers. They give you a bunch of money to not talk shit. That's why every video game, none of them ever get below like 70%.
Yeah,
a 7 out of 10 or a fucking 3.5 out of 5 because they're getting paid to not talk shit. You'll read a review that it's like fucking 90% of the review is talking about all the problems with the game.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but I give it an 89 out of 100. And it's like, oh, you just talked shit for fucking 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, for Cyberpunk, those people were like, it was Red something? What was
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, so they were like, if it doesn't get this percentage, you guys are not getting your bonus. When they ended up getting it anyways because it got leaked that like that's what was said. But it's like, no, the game like Cyberpunk really revealed a lot of shit that's like kind of on the DL for all of this, but because that just went really downhill.
I want to say Konami maybe. They had a while back they came under a lot of fire because they were forcing their video game developers and their designers and shit to work like 20-hour days. A lot of them were like sleeping at their work or sleeping at their job because they were fucking working so much.
Damn.
To fucking push out these video games. It's one of the things. It happens in all areas of the entertainment business. People get in that job because they want to do it. It's like a really high. It's one of those jobs where even if you're really good at it, you're fucking expendable because there's so many people want to do it and so many people can get good at it. And this happens in my business too, where it's like if you if you think that the way that you're being treated is unfair, it doesn't really matter because they will just get the fuck rid of you and find somebody else to replace you.
Yeah, like, yeah.
So because of that, because people really want these jobs and they really want to do it and they really enjoy doing it, the owners of companies and like fucking higher ups take advantage of that and force people to work fucking 20 hours a week or a day. I mean,
No Man's Sky. That was like they basically like lived at that to fix it, and that's just like, but that was like their own thing. They made it shitty and promised shit.
Yeah, they kind of fucked that
Yeah,
up.
they
for
fucked
themselves.
Yeah.
They fucking made a bunch of promises that they definitely were never going to be able to fucking keep.
Yeah, that game's so good now. I know I haven't mentioned it in a few episodes, so
good thing we brought it up this time then.
Yeah. But No Man's Sky is awesome. I haven't played it. Actually, I got on the planet that's really hard to escape, to leave, so like I haven't played it because it pissed me off. And my PC's being really fucking shitty right now, so.
Do you have it on Xbox? Well,
Yeah.
you can get it on Xbox. It's on fucking
I have it on
Game Pass.
Xbox, but it's so much better on PC. Like the controls.
I'm downloading that City Skylines right now.
Do it, yeah. You'll love it. If you liked Tropico,
Yeah.
You're just not a dictator. You just create the city. Like no one cares about you personally, like they do in Tropico.
Well, you got to go to war and shit in Tropico.
No, you don't do that.
You got fucking people from fucking England coming to attack you and shit. And the world wars are going on. The world wars are going on, so like you have to try and keep both sides of the Axis and the Allies. You got to try and keep both of them happy. Otherwise, you will like just lose the game because you're a tiny island and you can't take on Nazi-occupied Germany or America for that matter. So if you just have to try and not piss anybody off because they'll just fucking kill you. They'll just send a bunch of people over and just destroy your tiny little island.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that game because I can barely keep up with City Skylines, like let alone adding more to the mix. Nah, like
I know, but it's different because you have to build roadways, but it's not as specific as like you were talking. It's not like fucking exits and stuff like that. You literally just have to build the road.
You start out like it starts you off with like an exit to like, well, it depends what map you choose, but most of the time it's like an exit to where you're gonna build, and you have to like do a one way this way and then the one way out, or it's gonna fuck it. Like you have to really be specific.
Yeah, it's not specific like that. Fun game though. So
what's your number 3, dude?
My number 3 is I want to be an archaeologist.
Word.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah,
Explain why.
I'm really fascinated. Not necessarily in like I don't really give a shit about dinosaurs or bones and shit like that, but I'm really interested in like ancient like monolithic sites and shit like that.
Word.
Like ancient. They just found this would be marine archaeology, but they just found a city off of the coast of Egypt. And I don't know exactly how it worked, but at a certain point, thousands of years ago, I think it was like 3,000 years ago, maybe, the Nile River changed directions, and when that happened, it filled this fucking river or this sea, whatever the name of the sea is. I don't think it's the Mediterranean Sea, but maybe the Red Sea, whatever it was. It filled this sea up more because it changed directions, and it swallowed this entire city. I think it's called Herculean.
It's not Atlantis.
Something like that. No, it's one that they knew about. Like they knew that this city existed and that it was swallowed by
so
by
they knew,
the sea.
so they just found it.
Yeah, they just didn't know exactly where it was until
That's
recently,
dope.
and they just started pulling out, like they had these big black tablets that have all these hieroglyphs and different writing on it that they're pulling out, and they got like all the like this. There's like small sphinxes that they're pulling out, and like statues of pharaohs and shit that are all
That's
all
dope.
underwater.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna look into that. That's dope.
I've been seeing a lot about it, and there's this other one in Italy, on I think it's on a vineyard. They found a mosaic floor underneath like 3 feet of fucking dirt that they're now digging up underneath this vineyard, and it looks modern. It looks like tile from like the tile out in my kitchen almost. Or like a bathroom tile.
I think that's so cool. Like that there's so much more that can be discovered that we don't even know yet. Like that is cool. That's a cool job. You could discover something new. That is cool.
And it'd just be cool to be in those like sites. And
Yeah.
And physically, I don't think it would be that hard. You just have to fucking wipe dirt away pretty much until you find stuff.
We have to like dig.
And that's one thing, like I don't remember exactly what I said for the $1 billion one, but that's one that I should have put on the list. Was I want to fucking pay somebody. If I had $1 billion, I want to pay somebody, I don't know who it would be, to continue the archaeological dig at Göbekli Tepe. You know what that is?
No, and you didn't put that on your top 3.
No, but that's something that, like, because they just stopped excavating it, and I think they said it's because they didn't want to damage it anymore. But they've uncovered like 1/10 of this fucking place, and what they've uncovered is huge. And there's even more underneath it that they don't want to dig anymore.
What is it? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just an ancient monolithic site that has a bunch of really large rocks that have 3D carvings in them.
Why would they not want to continue that?
I think they're afraid of damaging it, and it's because it's got to go deeper down. And the way that these rocks are, it seems like it would be really dangerous to do, and it would be almost probably impossible to do without taking down what's already there to get deeper. You know what I mean?
So they would kind of have to build to keep it up, and then like it would be a big...
or tear it down. I would think the only
tear it down though,
because it's so I think that's why they don't want to do
it.
But I know for a fact there's somebody I could just give $100 million to who will be like, all right, go do your thing.
Go do your little dig. Yeah,
because it's so they don't know very much about the site, but all they know is through like ground radar they can see that there's still a ton more underneath that's there. And some people believe, because it's I want to say 11,500 years old, and some people, like way back before we ever believed that there were civilizations, and some people think that is proof that there were civilizations long before we knew. Because it's in the...
How would you not think there was civilization?
Well, the
like
overall idea, like what everybody believes in academics, is that back that long ago, there wasn't civilizations. Everybody was like nomadic hunter-gatherers.
Oh, okay.
There wasn't...
I see
because they don't consider civil... It's not civilization until agriculture was discovered, until people started farming animals and plants. But some people think that's proof that agriculture did exist and that people were more complex than just the regular hunter-gatherers.
Yeah, I definitely think there was. Like, we just naturally do that. Like, we just know. I don't know. I think that shit's... I don't really dig deep into that because I think it gets boring after a while unless it's something exciting. But it is pretty dope when they find something new and stuff. I think that's really awesome.
I'm a little insulted you just called it boring.
It is kind of boring. Like watching a doc about it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is interesting if you were to do it. Fuck yeah. But like watching docs on it get kind of boring.
I'm going to say I don't know what you mean because I've literally listened to probably 30 hours of podcasting just talking about old fucking
listening
monuments
to a podcast about that would make me sleep.
Oh my god, I get so fucking interested.
No.
That's when I first discovered podcasting. The first time I'd ever fucking watched a podcast was Joe Rogan Experience, Randall Carlson talking about
that would be cool.
The fucking
watch that though. I don't like just listening to podcasts. I like watching them. Like, I can't just sit there and listen. Like, I can listen to music nonstop, but I can't just sit there and listen to something without... I don't know. Because I would just get on my phone and then I wouldn't be listening. Like, I just want to be listening to the podcast.
I listen to while I'm playing video games.
Really?
Yeah. Like, especially if it's one that I don't need to pay that much attention to. Like, if it's not... Like, if I'm playing fucking Call of Duty and you guys aren't on, I'll be listening to a podcast while I'm fucking playing it. Yeah.
I have to have the footsteps in my ears, dude. That's why I thought it was insane that you had a shitty head, like, before your headset. You're like, I can't really hear footsteps. I'm like, bro, I rely on that shit. Like, I have to have the footsteps right in my ear, or
I still barely use it, even after getting the new headset. I still have my fucking
I can tell sometimes spectating you, I'm like... I know this bitch is not fucking paying attention to these footsteps.
Nah, man. I
have to.
I should.
Especially in multiplayer.
I definitely should. I'd probably be better if I fucking paid more attention.
You would be. Because, yeah, you're already pretty good. So if you could hear what's happening, like who's around you. Because, I mean, they're loud as fuck. Like, if they're behind you, you know they're behind you.
Yeah, and now that I have actual two fucking headphones instead of just that single one, I can actually tell which side.
Yeah.
It's actually mono or stereo instead of mono.
I'll never forget when Chad couldn't even hear the boxes when he first started playing. He's like, "That's what that is."
I can hear a box. He's like,
Dumb
they
fuck.
make noises?
It's funny. Sorry.
All right, what's your number 2?
Okay. So in my mind, I kind of want to change it because it's kind of whatever. But you already know we talked about it. The last one is make houses using Sims 4, like as the blueprints, and then someone does the math. Because I do that. Like, I am good at making houses. I'm a bragger now to everybody.
But we don't know that that's a job.
Well, it's my dream job. So let's create it. Thank you so much.
It is a dream job, I guess. You just fucking...
Dude,
it's basically the same as your first dream job.
Good. Yeah.
I want to play video games for a living.
Yeah. Yep. But this one, this is different. This is building. And it, like, I've taken hours building, like, 6 is the most I think I played nonstop building a house.
What, 6 hours?
Yeah. Like, that's just sitting, not moving. Like, I'm just sitting there building a house. And I also furnish it. Like, I make it look good. I pay attention to, like, what colors would be good. Like, color schemes and shit, I go hard. So I think I would be good at that. I mean, there's definitely ones better than me. But if I was getting paid to do it, I would definitely get better at it.
Can we just, like, say that this job is interior designing?
No, because I'm also building the house, like all of it, foundation, all of it.
Well, that's just engineering, then.
Yeah, so all of it, Sims 4, do it, make it a thing. I'll build it. You do the math and build it for real.
Do you have to do like the plumbing and electric in that game?
No, nope.
You don't even have to like set outlets or anything like that.
I mean,
that's kind of an important part of that job.
Yeah, so just not the electric. Someone else can do that. I'll pay somebody to do that. But I just want to build like the house. I mean, yeah, I guess that is important. It's not in there. They should do that, though. Add that so I can really do this job, guys. Like, Sims 5, add all that so I can do this.
Yeah, so you would need to, like... Because, I mean, you can just imagine the plumbing, I suppose, because you do have to build bathrooms.
Yeah. Yep.
And probably, I assume, like, a kitchen with a sink and all that nonsense.
Yeah, and, like, you have to put fire alarms in there, and they are specific as to where you can put things in the game. But no, you don't have to put in outlets or anything. Sims 5 better fucking have that so I can make my dream come true, or I'm gonna be pissed.
I bet you there's a game out there that does that.
But Sims is so good.
You should just get AutoCAD and just fucking actually design houses.
I should. I mean,
Did you ever do that in high school?
No.
I did. I did for fucking 4 years.
No.
Every year in high school, I did an AutoCAD class.
No. I don't even know what that is.
It's just building blueprints for houses and buildings and shit.
Troy did that.
Yeah. We had it was just called
Canton
AutoCAD.
fucking sucks. Like, if y'all are from Canton, you know, but it fucking sucks.
I bet you
ass.
Canton had it too. You just didn't know what it was.
I would definitely take that though.
Yeah, but nobody knew you didn't know what AutoCAD was. That's what our class was called, AutoCAD.
I know. I definitely
you had to
know
literally ask somebody, like as a kid, be like, "What the fuck is AutoCAD? What is that?"
I took 4 years of interactive media because I really thought I wanted to do graphic design, which like I technically do like some digital art shit, but I don't. That's just like a hobby. Like I don't think I'd want to do that. That's just me drawing. I don't want to like do the math. Like interactive media is so much fucking more than that though.
What is interactive media? We didn't have any interactive media classes.
Well, our interactive media did like the morning announcements. Like we would do anything that involved like media, like graphic design. Like I made like a what's that called? Like stop picture when you like take a picture.
Stop motion.
Stop
I made
motion.
a few of those.
Yeah, I did that to the Sleeping with Sirens song. It was so sad. Anyways, and then we did a whole you learn how to do Photoshop in there, so I know how to do Photoshop. We did morning announcements, some green screen shit. We would like remix songs to be like for the school and like anything like that.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't really have a morning announcements team or anything like that. Like that were kids. Like I think
we had like whole news station type thing.
We did in middle school, but then in high school there was really nothing media related in high school to do. We had film club. And I did film club for a little bit. That was an after school program though. And eventually the teacher, Mr. Beck, just stopped the film club. He was just like, I don't want to do this anymore, basically. He didn't think we were getting anywhere, I think.
Well, we had a teacher that did all himself, the morning announcements, and then he passed away. And then Mr. Harstead, who was just a math teacher from fucking Williamsport, really liked the interactive media stuff, so he started the class. Like, I don't think it was a thing until he got there, and that dude died. So,
I mean, I wish we had it in school. I would have definitely taken it. I learned
so much.
I did, like I said, I did the film school or the film club thing, and it's the reason why I don't like that teacher anymore. He literally just stopped film club, was just like, we're not doing this anymore. And then he made his own fucking movie and didn't ask anybody from the film club to help him. It's like, we're the people that stepped up and said we wanted to do this. And then you bailed on us and made your own movie and asked a bunch of other fucking kids that didn't have any interest in this before. Yeah. I mean, I made a couple stop motion films. We made this video for the, was it Shock and Terror by CKY with my buddy Jerry. Mm-hmm. But then and I understand this now more than I did then. Me and Jordan, we decided to make another music video that eventually turned into a horror movie.
Word.
And at the time, I didn't understand why he shot it down so hard, the teacher. Okay. But now I get it, because we were just talking about like horror shit. Like, we were talking about cool kills and trying to figure out how to make kills and stuff. And he was just like, I can't back you on this. I don't know if I can. He was like, I don't know if I can even let you use the school equipment to do this. And at the time I was like, that's fucked up. But thinking about it now, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, we were teenagers, and he got real upset when I told him about, like, when we were talking about using a knife and putting a I was like, we figured it out. We got a knife and we just put tape on the blade so it wouldn't cut us. And I kept doing this with my hand and it was fine. He's just like, I really don't think you should have done that. He's like,
he's probably like, these kids are fucking dumb.
Oh yeah, and he was like, if you're coming up with a way to use a real knife, I don't think you should test it on yourself. And at the time, it was like, it blew me away. I was like, oh man, I thought I was being creative.
I'm trying to be fucking safe right now, dude. Like, stop.
I thought I was like being creative and like just going after this film thing, and he was just, everything I said, he was just like, no.
Like, use the chainsaw and take the chain off.
And he would say shit like, I appreciate that you're really thinking of stuff, but I cannot back any of this.
You're very passionate, I understand, but no. I also was in yearbook, and I was the president of that, and that's where I really learned that I like just like what I do, like how I made that logo for the like stuff like that was a lot of yearbook. It really is like designing pages,
right? And
I love that. And then also like photography is because like I got to use the school camera and take pictures for the sports and all that, and I learned a lot of stuff that because I had to take a class for specifically that. So like school, like I think school helps, but a lot of times I'm also like, school's fucking stupid if you don't care. Like, if you don't care about a class, like, I know it's important, but like certain things that are forced upon you is kind of like certain maths, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to know, you don't need to know trig or fucking chemistry. You don't need to know chemistry.
Unless
took
you're
it twice.
Be a chemist,
right?
You know, like if that's what you want to do with your life, then sure. I mean, if we want to talk about the fucking problems with our school system, that's like the major one. They force kids to take subjects that may have nothing to do with their future. When like you could be we didn't get as many options for people that definitely weren't going to go down that path. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's sometimes I feel like our high school was just teaching kids how to be teachers. You know what I mean? Dude. Like, it's just a bunch of teachers telling kids how to be like themselves because that's what they know, instead of like teaching kids helping. I think it should be more helping kids find out what they actually want to do with their lives instead of just forcing them to learn shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I kind of feel like English was a joke in the end. Like, at like the last few years was just like, I don't know, like, certain maths you don't need, certain sciences you don't fucking need. And I think English was like, I get every year, but I could have done something else than learn like some of the stuff in English class, and I could have done it for a different class for different credits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even just think about the fact that you don't even know what AutoCAD is.
Yeah,
like I have no idea. Somebody could have like. Have you been interested in shit like that since you were in school?
Yeah.
Like it just seems like something
I've
where
always been into that.
we should have literally every kid should have had some kind of a fucking interview or at the beginning of their high school career and actually have it broken down. Like, what are your plans for the future? Like, what do you think would be good for you to do? But that doesn't really happen.
They kind of do that, but then they're like, okay, well, we're still going to, you have to have this many sciences, this many maths, and this many Englishes to pass. And history is important, I think, because history does repeat itself. Like, that's an important thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
have to learn history.
Yeah, it might be because we're both interested in it. Some people are probably like,
No.
But you need to
people
know it.
not being interested in history is why we have issues with our government
Facts.
right now.
Like history is very important.
That is why, and I'm going to get political here for a second before we move on. That is why not libertarians. I like libertarians. Yeah. That is why liberals and Democrats think that voting people like Biden and Obama in is going to help make their lives better because they don't fucking read history books and they don't pay attention to the things that have happened in the past that are happening again right now.
Like, I knew Biden wouldn't make anything better, but I hated Trump, so
everybody hated Trump.
Peace out, Boy Scout. Like, whatever.
All right, let's move on. You give your second. I'll give my second. It goes with what we were just saying. My number 2 is a film editor.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what I'm trying to do with the podcast here.
Yeah.
And it's something that it's one of the things I think that particular teacher was disappointed in me about, because when I came into the film club, he was trying to like get all of us to be creative and come up with ideas and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I, from the get-go, was kind of like, I'm not a creative person. I don't want to be the person writing anything. Like, what I want to do is all behind the computer shit. Like, I want to do the music and I want to do the film editing, and that's what I want to do, the actual filming of it. I was kind of like, I was hoping somebody else would be able to come up with ideas that I could help put out there.
I relate to that with art. Like, when I draw, it's definitely not mostly original. Like, I can tweak things to be a specific way, but I'm not that creative like people think. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm technical. Yeah. I'm more of a technical person. I'm not really a creative person. But I can figure out how to use editing software and shit. Like, nobody's ever taught me how to do anything like that. I just fucking do it.
I mean, that's the best way to learn those kind of things, because you like know tricks and like you learn tricks that you just.
It's one thing that I'm jealous about kids coming up now. They have all that information in their fucking pockets. Every bit of information that they need in their pockets. I didn't have that growing up. I had to like sit behind a computer and fucking like just push buttons and see like, what does this mean and what does that mean and what does this do, you know?
It's like that for video games too. I'm jealous. You can literally just YouTube a video how to get past the part, when like before you had to like fucking play it a million times and try to find what's going on, where now you can just be like, Google.
Or go out and buy a game magazine.
Yep.
A walkthrough. They had those thick ass fucking walkthroughs for PC games and shit.
It's just like, that sucks. Like, it kind of takes creativity away from people too.
Yeah, for sure. But like I said though, it's still, to have all that information just on the internet, just go to YouTube and be able to watch a video about fucking anything now.
Anything.
And back then, YouTube was just for watching videos of people getting hurt.
Like skits and shit like that. That really was what it was.
Like YouTube was like the internet version of America's Funniest Home Videos.
You know, I wasn't really, so my parents had a laptop, but like we weren't allowed. Like, I never really used the internet until like I was like 19. Like, I never really had all I watch now is so weird to think about, because like all I watch now is YouTube. Like, literally YouTube TV or YouTube in general I watch. And it's like, I never, because people will talk about like, remember when YouTube started? Not really. Like, I know,
well,
like,
I couldn't watch it back then because I had dial-up, and you couldn't watch videos on dial-up.
Fuck that shit. I do remember like old games from school. Like, I've always played video games. Like, I've never not, but like at home, never. I remember like we had like a rule, half hour. So I'd play like one little fucking game for a half hour and that's it.
Oh, a half hour playing video games goes by so fucking fast.
I know. We play like we play Modern Warfare all the time, and it like fly like hours. I'm like, when? This felt like 20 minutes and it was like 2 hours.
Sometimes it gets fucking tense, man.
Yeah, that game.
When the closer, like the smaller the circle gets, or the closer we get to winning, the more my heart starts to race and my palms get sweaty.
We get good sometimes. Like, I'm more confident now when I don't really, I used to be really, really, really anxious when I was the only one left, but I don't really care because fuck you guys. You guys are mean regardless if I'm good or not. So,
I say you guys, it's mostly Brad.
Chad, actually, I'm going to call you out, most annoying person spectating. Like, when he's spectating and you're the one alive, he's such a dick. And it's like, you're not good when you're the only one alive. Fuck off, Chad. Thank you.
What does he do?
He's very like, go get this car. Go get this fucking...
he's very...
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, let me play the fucking game.
I can't hear people around me because they're yelling at me. Stop. No, but it's fun. We all are about the same, too. Like, as skill-wise. Like, we're all around the same.
Except Chad. I think Chad's much worse than us.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say. I think I'm better. Okay, I think we play a lot more than
Chad,
he does.
I'm not trying to talk shit.
We do play a lot more than he does though. But
yeah.
I think I'm really good at multiplayer, which is why I try to make us all play. But
I get bored of multiplayer because the
don't.
maps are so small. I already
play
get it
so much. I play that like every night. Like, if you guys are already in a quad, I'm like, fuck you guys. I'm playing multiplayer. Then bye. I love it.
All right, what's your number one?
Oh shit. What is it? Oh, cosmetology. Duh. Yeah, I wrote, I'm good at makeup and I'm good at hair. That's
all you wrote?
Yeah. And I already do that every day for free. But I would love, like, your job. Like, I would love to do makeup for people that are going on stage and stuff. Like, and I also like those videos where, like, someone that maybe got, like, burned in a fire that's really self-conscious or stuff like that. Like, I like just making people happy like that, like, do their makeup. I want to do stuff like that, too. Like, because it's a big transformation if you're good at it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen some of those videos that go from, like, the before-after videos of make people with makeup.
Honestly, that's catfishing, too. There's some girls that are like, don't do that. Like, see, when I wear makeup, I don't look much different. But there's this bitch I follow on TikTok where it's like, that should be illegal. Like, you do not look like that.
It's the same. They're just coming up with fucking apps that do that now, too.
Yeah.
Filters and shit.
Yeah.
But they're still, like... They're not great though.
I mean, lighting's important. Like, some of my pics are like because of lighting, but no, I want to like transform, because the ones that like have burned face or like bad acne or something, you can get good makeup to like
to cover it
up, and then they like feel really pretty. Like, I've done Missy's makeup and like she loved it and stuff like that. I like doing that for people, and I just like doing makeup and hair. Like, I'm good at dyeing hair, and I didn't go to school for any of it. I just do it every single day. Like, I don't know. I love it, and I want to do that every day.
I think it'd be cool if you tried special effects makeup.
I think I could. Oh, I'm good at face paint, too. I didn't even think of that. Like, all of that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with, like, prosthetics and shit.
Like, the
like, have
fake
you ever seen,
shit. Yeah.
like, when people look like they have, like, shards of glass
I've
coming out of their
done that.
faces and shit?
I've done that with that cheap shit you can get. Like, I've done that for, like, my little sister's friends one year. Like, they all wanted scar. Like, they did, like, some weird shit on their face.
Yeah.
And I used that fake putty shit and, like, blended it in. And it looked pretty good considering
like
how cheap it was.
silicone, right?
Yeah. So I have done that. And it turned out really good considering how cheap and shitty it was. So hard to keep on their face. Like, it wouldn't stick to the skin. I'm like, this is what you're for. Yeah, you should stick to the skin.
Especially if fucking... if you're sweaty,
yeah,
it probably just fucking slides right off.
After they trick-or-treated, dude, it was like awful. But right after I did, it was good. But I think I could do that too.
Yeah, I like looking at those like makeup videos. I like special effects makeup. I think it looks really fucking cool when they just make like pieces of metal and shit coming out of people's faces, or look like their eyes hanging out and shit like that.
I like just doing face paint too. Like, when the twins' older brother Travis was gonna do the Munchkin thing, I told him I would do the face paint, but then he ended up not doing it because of COVID. But like, I would be dope at that too. Just take me around carnivals. I'll face paint some kids' faces. But like, I don't know. I like doing all that. I like doing just art. All my 3 things are like art related, kind of. Although gaming's not really an art, but it is.
It is. For sure. I mean, they're fucking... Some of that game design, they have some real... They're really creative artists to make that shit.
Yeah.
And, like, they make it look real and shit.
I used to think that's like math and shit. Like, you really have to... I just like drawing. Like, I would draw a character for a game, but I don't want to like have to deal with their movement like so in depth. Like, I'd rather just draw.
Yeah, especially now, it's getting so much better. It's got to take so much time to figure that shit out.
I don't like. I have time. I just don't have the patience to wait for like an outcome. You know what I mean? Like I can't picture spending years on something.
You know, like, and you ever notice the things that they clearly haven't figured out yet? Like going up and down stairs.
Yeah.
You know, it's always just people. Looks like their feet are going really, really
Yeah.
fast, but they're just like sliding down the stairs pretty
Yeah.
much. You know, and it's like, oh, they just haven't figured out how to make that look real yet. And even running is like a little clunky in most video games. It just doesn't look real.
Wanna know who's probably gonna get it first? Rockstar.
Yeah, they're getting closer. I mean, even Red Dead Redemption 2 was like about as real as it's ever gotten as far as movement goes.
Well, like when you're in your house on GTA 5, you go down the steps. It looks like you're walking down the steps. Like they do, like.
I mean, you skip a couple of steps at a time.
It does,
though.
but it's
not
like
a
but they're
step at a
getting
time.
there though. Like if they got that
It's
down, they can get. I think GTA 6 is gonna be dope whenever that happens. Like, I don't know. They should like so. Sims 4 is so dope because the customization. Like if GTA did that, like Rockstar did that with their characters, plus all of that, it'd be like Sims, but like you kill people.
Yeah, I think I think fucking GTA would do pretty well with more customization options.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just your car, like your house, or even the person isn't that customizable most of the time.
No, you can't. You like have the parents, and then you kind of just settle with how ugly the kid turned out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Like-
gotta pick the parents. Don't you pick the grandparents?
No, I think it's just like because Nico's one of the parents you can have. Like you pick a mom and a dad, and then you just deal with the face you have from those parents.
You can pick Nico
Yeah,
as your parent?
yeah, Nico's one of the guys.
Never noticed that.
Yeah, but yeah, it might have been a new thing though, like an update. Because I started GTA 5 way after everyone else did.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, but
I didn't
Nico's
play
one-
it until a few years ago, really. I guess maybe 5 years ago now. It's
Well, I played it
like 8
young,
years old,
but
right?
just the story. I never played online until recently. I've beat the story. Well, I watched Kaylin beat it, then I kind of beat it, but then there's like multiple, like I don't know. Red Dead though, I've never beat that, and I watched someone beat it. I think Kaylin, and it was heartbreaking just watching it.
yeah, it's a depressing game. And especially like
it
at
made
the
me
end
so
of it,
sad.
the character that you play through most of the game dies, and then you have to
horse.
play as John, who you already know dies in the next
yeah.
game.
And just the second one when the horse dies. Sorry, spoiler alert, hard, but that game's been out for a while. Suck. When the horse died, did you know that? Did you play it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, when the horse dies, I legit was sad. I was like, you become so close to your horsey. You name it, you love it, and it just fucking dies, bro. No.
And he says,
I was more sad
"Thank
about
you."
that.
He goes, "Thank you."
Yeah.
As
It's
the
like,
horse dies, and it's like that. If that horse could talk, he'd be like, "Fuck,
Fuck
you!
you."
You did this to me.
Fuck
If
you.
it wasn't, if somebody else bought me, I would be fine right now."
You did this to me, you piece of shit. No, dude, I fucking it made me sad. I was more sad when the horse died than whatever his name is.
Yeah, because Arthur, I think it's Arthur Morgan. He was
Yeah,
he wasn't always a good person.
No, he wasn't.
He was kind of a piece of shit through a lot of the fucking game.
If they updated Red Dead 2 more for online, I would play that so much more.
Well, they've released a few more roles, but they seem to be just the same thing.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't change.
Like
Like
gather this time, you're gathering fucking plants instead of.
I was
gold or
gonna be
whatever.
go to that gypsy bitch and then scavenger hunt, which you can go on Google and just find out where all that shit is too. But
Yeah, there's a
It gets
website
boring.
that shows you all of it, and that's how I got a ton of money now. But that's how I did it. I
Oh,
went onto
really?
that website, and I was like, oh, I found like all the collectibles and shit.
I
Because it
don't know.
changes like every 6 hours they move everything.
we went through a phase of we always played Red Dead 2. Remember, like you, Brad, and I.
Yeah,
And then it got really fucking boring because it literally was go meet, bring this wagon here, don't get killed, even though it's really like easy to not get killed. And then I don't know, it was just dumb. Or go kill this person, or don't, but bring him back.
yeah. It just they need to do more with it. Why can't we fucking rob banks
Or the train.
or the train? Yeah, like why can't we just what is stopping them from doing that? It doesn't make any sense. It definitely would bring more fucking people.
They're not gonna make a 3, so they should just make the online better. Like I don't think they'd ever make a Red Dead 3.
I don't know how they could.
Yeah.
Because by that point, it's going to be getting into like the industrial age.
Yeah, so it's like Nah, so just make online better. But they really focus on GTA 5's online, and I know they profit, so I understand. But it's like make it 6 because I'm done.
But even GTA 5, I mean, they have a couple of those heists, but you have to pay so fucking much money to get them that it's like not even worth it.
I'm so over online for GTA 5. Like, I get on, the only shit I do when I get on that shit is like buy a few cars because I have a lot of money, because they just give you money every time. If you're not on for a while, they'll be like $2 million.
Yeah, but it's still not enough money to buy a fucking heist. The heists are like fucking $8 million.
Yo, you have to spend like $100 real life money to even get a yacht, like to buy one of those or anything big. Like, you actually have to spend like.
And then you do next to nothing with it.
Yeah, it's in the water, and then you can prevent others from going on it. Like, it's weird. Or you can have parties on it, I think. It's just weird.
Yeah, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
It doesn't make you money or anything like that.
Yeah, it's weird. But like, I just buy cars or some new outfits, and I customize the cars, and then I get off. Go to the casino, try to win a car. Usually don't get RP, and then get off the game.
Yeah, then get pissed off because I don't fucking need RP.
Yeah.
I want a fucking car.
Or some coins. Or new ugly clothing. And then I'm like, all right, this has been. Or you die from just one bitch that's flying in the sky because they have that stupid vehicle. And then they keep trying to kill you. And then you get frustrated. Then I get off.
Those fucking... I like those motorcycles that they put in there. The flying motorcycles.
I know, but they
thought
pissed
they were
me
fun,
off.
man. I think they're really, really fun to just to drive around and shit. And the thing is, they have so much shit that you can buy that's supposed to unlock new missions and levels and stuff. And I consistently buy the wrong shit. I consistently buy stuff that doesn't allow me to do anything interesting.
I'll buy shit on that. I don't think I have. Oh, do you mean like real life money or just like the money they give me in the game?
Oh yeah, just money they give you.
Oh,
in the
okay.
game.
Cause I'm like, dude,
I don't know if I maybe have put like $20 of real life money into online.
my real life money I put it's Modern Warfare because I bought that. Whatchamacallit, skin Saw.
Yeah, I
Jigsaw.
bought the fucking Leatherface skin too.
I also bought the first weed themed pack bundle, and then Chad bought the second one.
Yeah, they have a third one now.
Yeah, I kind of want it, but I'm like,
I will buy Rambo. When that releases, I am going to buy it. 100%.
There's a few skins that's like nobody that are kind of cool that I want, but I haven't been doing the battle pass thing, so I haven't been getting cool things like I used to. Like, I haven't paid for that.
Well, same here, because I spent my all of my Call of Duty points on the Leatherface skin.
Yeah.
So I didn't have enough money to buy the battle pass anymore.
It's like, but I just feel like I played enough that it was kind of worth it. Like, I kind of wasn't upset about it because I'm like, I do play this every day, so it's not like, but I don't play GTA every day, so I'm not gonna spend money on that shit.
Yeah, and when I did spend money on it, I was playing it every day. All right, let's move on to my number one.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, my number one was cosmetology.
That was a really great talk about cosmetology right there.
Makeup. What's your number one, dude?
My number one is I want to either be an MMA ref or judge.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be really fucking cool. And I also think that as far as judging goes, most of those judges don't know what they're fucking doing. I think,
Yeah.
even though I'm not even trained in any kind of martial arts, I think I could do a better job than most of those fucking judges. Not the refs
Keep that
necessarily.
confidence, bro.
I think I would have to really put in a lot of work to become a good ref, but I don't think I'd have to put any work to become a better judge than a lot of the judges that they already fucking use.
Is that like your number one, as in you want to do that above the other two?
Yeah.
Word.
I would definitely do that above the
Mine
other two.
was in order too. So you would have to definitely take classes to like learn the rules more in depth.
Yeah, to be a ref.
Yeah.
But again, the judges suck.
Yeah.
They're not good. There's always fucked up judging on every goddamn card. And it's because those judges, at least, not all of them, there's plenty of judges that are really good and know what they're doing. But there's also a bunch of judges that came over from boxing and just don't know what they're looking at when it comes to grappling or even kickboxing.
Yeah.
So it's just terrible. Last fucking week, there was a fight that the fucking scoring was all over the fucking place. It was like 29-25, 28-28, and 27-26.
Oh, so it's like three judges that need to like match? Is that
They don't have to match, but they
it's-
have three different judges, and they go by their score.
like an average type thing? Like, so it's three different judges, right? So I don't pay attention to UFC when y'all do that. So
Right. Well, no, so there's three judges, and they each give their score for each round.
Do they take an average of the 3?
No, it's just they go just by if this guy says, if these two people say that let's say who fought this fucking weekend. This Michelle Watterson versus Marina Rodriguez.
Word.
If I don't remember the scoring, and I don't even think that was one that I didn't have an issue with that scoring that I can remember. But let's say they fought 5 rounds, and this judge gave Rodriguez 46-45 or something like that. What would it be? Whatever, 50-45. 50-45. And then this judge gave Michelle Watterson 50-45. And then this judge over here gave the fight 48-47. I think that's right. Those numbers might be all over the place. But then you would pick Rodriguez because she won on 2 of the judges' scorecards.
Okay, so if it's all over the place, then you just take like...
Well, that's the thing. Like, the one that I was talking about that was all over the place.
Yeah.
One judge had it, this guy winning by this points. Well, the other by this score. The other judge had it as a tie, and then the third judge had the same guy as the first judge winning. So that means that guy won.
Oh, so that's why there's 3. So there's never... Okay.
Yeah, so there's never... It's always 2 out of 3 no matter what.
I just didn't know if they had to have an exact score to be... Okay, I get it though.
No, there's no... It's just... it's out of 10 points, and the winner gets... If you're a judge and you think this person won the round, they get 10 points automatically. No matter what happened, they get 10 points automatically, and then you judge 9 or less on the person who lost the round, depending on how well they did. If it was a really close round, you give them 9 points. If they got dominated, you give them 8 points.
What's Joe Rogan? And that's it.
He's a commentator.
Okay,
he just talks about the fights.
Okay.
He doesn't do any of the judging or reffing or anything like that. He just talks about them.
I saw the video of that dude breaking his leg. Never. That's the worst I've ever seen in any sport.
Weidman?
Yeah, that was so fucking disgusting.
Do you know anything about the story behind that?
Nope.
So
I just saw the clip.
So he was the champion at one point because he knocked out Anderson Silva, and it was the second fight that he'd ever lost, and the first fight that Anderson Silva had ever lost in the UFC. And before that he went on like, I want to say, a 12-fight win streak.
Fuck. Okay.
And he was dominating everybody, like making everybody. He made everybody that he stepped into the ring with him look bad. You could have these guys that would just top of the level dudes that would just beat the fuck out of anybody, and he was making them look like they've never trained before.
Word.
He just dominated over everybody, and he got real cocky when he fought Chris Weidman, and he let Chris Weidman hit him. He put his chin out there and was like, "Come on." And fucking Chris Weidman took the shot. He was like, "All right, you're gonna let me hit you? I'm gonna fucking hit you."
Yeah, dude.
Hit him like with say 3 or 4 solid shots as fast as he could, knocked him out. First time he'd ever been knocked out, and everybody's like, Anderson Silva just lost to Anderson Silva is what happened.
Yeah.
He let that happen. It was his ego beat him.
It's his choice, yeah.
So they called automatic rematch. They were like, just the way that it ended, automatic rematch. Anderson Silva comes back in against Chris Weidman. I think it was early in the first round, just like with Chris Weidman, throws a leg kick, just like Chris Weidman did, breaks his leg. Exact same way. Like you can find online of 2 pictures like next to each other of Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman each breaking their leg. It's the exact same thing. Never seen a fucking. It's something everybody. I think Luke Thomas said, who's an MMA journalist. He was like, if you wrote a fucking movie and you had that happen in the movie where this guy wins the fight by this guy breaking his leg, and then the exact same thing happens 10 years later to the same dude, like Hollywood would throw that script out and say that's unrealistic, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, but nah, dude.
it happened. It was brutal.
Dude, I can't. I saw like a Joe Rogan like reaction, but I don't know if it was like to that. It was just him going like
he does that for all of the fucking knockouts.
I know. But it was, I think they were just putting it with that to make it more extreme. But no, it was disgusting. I watched a really bad like ankle break for a basketball game like last year. Whatever team's green. I don't know names.
Celtics.
Holy fuck. Yeah, Celtics. So a guy went and like did when he landed, it like rolled his ankle and it was disgusting. I hate that shit. So if I would have saw that live, I would have been like, for the UFC thing.
It was just it was just insane because like as soon as it happened, it was just like, oh my god, that that's exactly what happened to Silva. It's the exact same thing that happened to Silva. And it's so over the past, I would say like year and a half, 2 years, leg kicks have been getting really popular. The outside calf kick it's been like a staple in the UFC for the past year. There's been a bunch of people who've got their legs straight kicked out from underneath them, and they've lost the fight to TKO from leg kicks. And after that, it's like part of me thinks that the leg kicks are going to start dying down a little bit.
I was just going to say that.
Even Derek Lewis, who's like the #1 heavyweight contender, he's like, I don't think I'm ever going to throw a leg kick ever again.
No, dude.
But it's just I could definitely see over the next couple of fucking fights, I want to see if maybe those leg kicks get toned back a little bit, because he definitely put a lot of people on notice. I think
would they
like, oh, that's a crazy kick.
Yeah, would they put like more rules or regulations on kicks now because of that, like the breaking? Because I feel like it's just kind of like that just sucks, you know? Like it's gonna happen. With the business.
Yeah, it comes with the business.
Yeah, I would never. I love how CM Punk went into that thinking he was going to be the best fucker. He was so cocky, I remember, and it's like, you sucked, bro.
Yeah, he the second guy he fought, Michael Jackson, fucking he refused to finish the fight, basically. He just toyed with him and just fucked with him for like 3 rounds. And when it was done, Dana White was like, I'm not letting either of those guys back in the UFC.
Yeah.
He was like, he didn't even try to finish the fight. We didn't get to see if he can even... we don't even know that Michael Jackson knows how to fight, because he barely put on a fight. He just played with CM Punk for 3 rounds. And Dana White's like, I don't want that. I don't want to see that. If you want to fucking be in the UFC, come in and show me that you deserve to fight the high-level guys. Even if you're not fighting the highest-level guy, show me that you deserve to be fighting the highest-level guys.
I would want to be a ref for WWE more than UFC. Because for one, it's kind of acting, because you do have to act. And like, I'd be scared, though, to accidentally put a third down when you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to pay attention to who's going to win. Because sometimes they don't lift their shoulder right away, and then you accidentally put it, and you're like, oh, fuck. You're not supposed to win. Like, I'm always scared they're going to do that. But, like, that's had to have happened. Someone accidentally won when they're not supposed to.
Probably. I mean, isn't that what the whole Montreal screw job was? Kind of? I mean, I guess not. But, you know, those refs have to build the rings.
Really?
Yeah. When they came to, what's it called? The first arena, I helped the ref build the ring.
Oh, so they all said that's cool. So
it's like a regulation thing. Like since they're the ones that are kind of, even though it is kind of all a show, they are still the responsible ones in the ring. It is still their responsibility to make sure that everybody gets out of there safely and people don't do, like, nothing happens that could hurt either of the people. So that's why it's like imperative that they are the ones that build the ring and make sure that all the safety regulations as far as the ring goes are taken care of.
I love WWE. Like, I know it's fake and it ruined it. Like, so I went to one when I was really little. I met John Cena, Randy Orton, and a bunch. Well, I actually got an autograph from John Cena, but from that, I learned it was fake. Like, you know, like, if you see it in person, you know that it's fucking fake.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you can't hide it. So it ruined it. Like, I stopped watching it for years, and then as an adult, you're like, this really is just like,
it's just entertainment.
It's just entertainment. It's like a soap for men, kind of, because it has like violence, but also like some romance and shit. Like, it's just it's fun. I don't know. I like it now, like, to keep up with the stories, but also they fucked so many people over last year because of COVID and just because of some fucking weird, because everyone was trying to make money from like Twitch and stuff. So then Vince is like, nah, I have
that's my money now.
Yeah. So then they're like, either you're gone or you give me the money. And they're like, nope. So they fired a bunch of people and everybody went to ACW. And it's just...
AEW seems like they're doing a lot of cool stuff.
I said that wrong. Yeah. I watched something with, because they all do like podcasts on the network, like the one with Stone Cold. Like, I forget what it's called though. They just like drink liquor the whole time or whiskey and talk. And who's the one that had the list? He'll be like, you're on the list.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch that shit.
I can't believe I don't know his name. He's so popular. Anyways, he was on there, but he moved to the other one, so I was shocked that Vince let him be on Stone Cold's podcast because he's no longer with the WWE. He went to the other one.
Right.
So
he
it's
must be pretty popular then.
Oh yeah, he is. Hold on, I have
Jericho.
to. Yes,
I know he's at AEW now.
Yep, that's him. I knew it started with a J. I just could not think of it. But yeah, he moved, and then he was just on Stone Cold's podcast. I'm like, that's weird that they're allowing you to be on here.
You know what's? I gotta give a shout out to Jake Hager. Used to be Jack Swagger.
Yep.
I mean, he's the only person that has simultaneously done professional wrestling and mixed martial arts.
Really?
Yeah, and he's winning mixed martial arts too.
Word.
Like he's still doing wrestling matches because he's with like they have a new crew. Because I follow him on Instagram, and he's in like this crew with Jericho and AEW. What are they fucking? I can't remember what they call themselves.
I haven't watched AEW since it even started.
But yeah, he's still consistently doing that and wrestling, doing the professional wrestling, and still stepping in to not the octagon, stepping into Bellator and still fighting people. They haven't really given him like top name guys. They're not putting him up against the best of the best, but he's still doing it.
Yeah,
and it's not. He's putting on decent shows. Like it's clear that he's new to it. He's not at the top level by any means, but he's still going out there and throwing hands. You know, he's been in some wars and he's won them too. So I just think he deserves a lot of credit for being able to do both.
Because like Brock Lesnar can't, because he does steroids.
Well, yeah, and when he went over to MMA, he stopped wrestling.
Yeah, he didn't do both.
And then when he quit MMA, he went back to wrestling.
Yeah, like I hate Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Brock Lesnar either.
Such a dick.
He's kind of a piece of shit.
I didn't like the girl either that came over to WWE.
Ronda Rousey.
Yep, didn't like her whole persona, the whole character. It was so annoying.
She kind of was just like a female version of Roddy Piper.
I hated her. Like I hated that whole thing.
I mean, for the longest time, she was considered the best fighter, the best mixed martial artist, female mixed martial artist. But then Amanda Nunes came and took care of that.
Fuck that up for her.
Well, Holly Holm started it, and then Amanda Nunes finished it.
They try to make her girly-ish, and she's not very girly. Like, it was just weird for me to watch. Like, it just didn't fit her.
Right.
I think it was awful. Like, I hated watching her because they try to sexualize all the women so men will watch it, and they try to do it to her, but she's not. I'm not gonna say she's not pretty, but it's like she's not girly girl. Like she's like
no, she's definitely. I mean, she
should have been a heel, and she kind of was, but like a dark one, like like wearing black and like being heelish instead of like, because that's not her, and I hated it.
And she's always been like a shit talker.
Yeah.
And then after she quit, apparently she just talked a bunch of shit about the WWE and all the fans. And I think it was all like real. Like I think it was all, what do they call that? A shoot? When they're talking real. I think she was being like serious. Like the fans were dicks, which I don't think she really understood it as much as what she should have.
Oh yeah, because that's the point.
Because she did play the heel. If you're gonna be the heel, the whole point is everybody hates you. That's how it works.
If they hate you, you did a great job. Like good job.
Yeah, I just think that she couldn't handle the fact that everybody was hating on her and talking shit.
Yeah,
and that's kind of a fighter thing too. Fighters don't like that. They got huge egos.
Yeah, they want to be the best. Yeah.
So like you grow up fighting and like you get so into fighting, when people talk shit, you just want to fight them.
It's like it's like an ego thing. You're like, I'm good. Why are you? Yeah.
It's ego, and it's like it's what they know.
Yeah.
You know, like when somebody talks shit, they're like, oh, that means I fight you now. Like that's how it works. You talk shit, I punch you in the fucking mouth. And that's just that's their mentality because that's their job.
But like as a heel, if you walk out and hear boos, then you're doing your job.
Yeah,
perfect.
You're doing a great job.
Like you're doing great. Like if you're a heel and you get good reactions, that's bad. Like you're not doing a good job as a heel. Like you want them to hate you. Although Bray Wyatt, dude, he's just his own thing, and I love him because he gets cheers and boos because he is just like a horror type character.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a monster or some sort, right?
Mm-hmm. And at the WrestleMania, it was like weird what they did because they have Alexa Bliss, which is Brad's favorite girl.
Didn't they just fire Bray Wyatt? Or something happened with Bray Wyatt or The Fiend?
Yeah, so he didn't get fired. They fucked him over last year because when in February or right before COVID, when they had the show in Elmira for them, he was the main. He was like advertised on everything.
No, I'm talking something recent
Oh,
happened. I know what
recent?
you're talking about, but
Oh.
I feel like something recent happened with The Fiend that I heard about that people were. I think it was a podcast I listened to. And people were complaining. Somebody was complaining about the way that he was treated. I don't know.
He's been treated like shit.
Yeah, I
since
should
last
stop
year.
talking about it because I have zero fucking details
No, like
on it.
he literally has been treated like he's been fucked over so many times. So at WrestleMania, which is the last time I saw him, so it was weird. Like Alexa Bliss like turned on him to get Randy Orton to. Maybe that was the point. Now I'm gonna look into that afterwards because so Randy Orton like beat him because Alexa Bliss turned on him. So maybe that was just to get rid of him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it was weird that they did that at WrestleMania.
Maybe that is what the person said, that he's going to AEW now, maybe, but he can't be the Fiend, because that's I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking because
okay,
I don't.
but I want to know, so I'm gonna look into it.
I probably am
He's my
just making
favorite.
this up on the spot.
I mean, if I were him, I'd fucking leave. They fucked him over. They fucked all of us over. You know, I was very upset because I wanted to go just to see him, and then he wasn't there. So many kids were wearing his mask. It was so sad, and he wasn't there, and it sucked. Piece of shit.
Yeah, I was upset that I didn't get to work that. I really wanted to, but I had to do some fucking dance competition instead for children. It was wonderful.
Wow, that sucks. I would much rather do WWE.
It is what it is. It was easy. It was easy.
Yeah. Do you get to meet people? Like, if you were to do the WWE thing, would you meet some of the wrestlers or anybody?
I mean, like I said, I met the ref. His name's Chuck.
Word.
Charles is his name. And I've seen him on TV quite a few times, just as the ref on fucking WWE. He used to be Little Nature Boy too. He used to be Ric Flair's sidekick for a couple of matches, but he was mostly just the ref.
It was a girl last year, and we picked on her voice because every time she said one, it sounded funny. Every time she'd be like, "What?" Like, it was funny, and she was at WrestleMania. Like, she was the ref for WrestleMania, and I'm like, that bitch's voice.
But I think I don't think I ever met anybody else though. I walked past what's the guy? The guy's, I think his last name's English.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I know what you're talking about though.
But either way, whoever he was a fucking massive human being.
I'm so bad with names. I hate it. Like, I wouldn't.
It's something English, Johnny English or something like
like
that.
that. Yeah.
But either way, he was. I just remember because I just walked past him, and it was after he got off of after he got done wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up at him. I was like, damn, this is a fucking massive man. Like, you don't realize how big those motherfuckers are until you're standing next to him.
Yeah, I'd be scared of fucking Kane. I used to be terrified of him when I was little because of his like character, the red and black thing, the devil thing.
Yeah.
But him as a person's scary. Like, he looks scary. Like, he's not an
Glenn
attractive
Jacobs.
guy. Yeah, he's not an attractive guy. So like, he is scary.
He looks like one of those fucking guys from The Hills
Have Eyes. Yes, he really does. That's what I was thinking, but I don't want to be mean. But yes,
I mean, it's what he looks like. It's not
his eye. Yeah,
not talking shit. It's just the facts, yo. All right, we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
That was everybody's top 3 dream jobs. Thank you for listening.
Peace.